Hello, I'm glad you've joined me for another day. I hope that you've been enjoying my videos. This is something that I've always wanted to do, and so it gives me pleasure that you are listening. I'm hoping some of you are warming your heart. I hope some of them bring a smile to your face. I want to open today with a quote from Helen Keller, and it is a wonderful quote. When you think about all that we are and all that we mean to each other and how this can impact us, this is something that I think that you'll want to share. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. Now, isn't that true about so many things? And you think about being touched by the heart. Well, most of the things that I've been blessed with in my life have all dealt with other people. I want to share with you another story today about when I was regional youth minister. For those of you who live in Arizona or have been to Arizona, know that between Tucson and Phoenix, there's Picacho Peak and there's Casa Grande, and there's not much else. Just desert, straight road, but not much in between. Now, we were traveling from Phoenix to Tucson. I had 4 high school students with me, and we were on our way down to Tucson. Well, just a little outside of Phoenix, we'd already passed Picacho Peak, the car died. I went, oh no, because as you remember, as I've told in my other stories, one of the things I know nothing about and don't want to know anything about is cars. So we stopped alongside the road, opened the hood, and Chris looks at me and he goes, the fan belt's broke. And I'm going, not only do I not have a fan belt in the car, I don't have a toolbox in the car. So I'm standing there and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Well, just about that time, this motorcycle pulled up and pulled over and stopped and said, can I help you? And I said, well, our fan belt's broke. I don't have an extra one. And he says, well, I'll be happy to take you someplace. And I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, motorcycle, 4 kids, me, I don't think I'm leaving the kids on the side of the road, and I don't think I'm going to be able to go with you, but thank you very much for stopping. I appreciate that. So he went on. So I'm standing there and I'm thinking, I'm a smart person. I can figure this out. And all of a sudden I had this brainstorm. So I had the kids line up alongside the car on the side of the freeway. I got in the car. I took off the pantyhose that I had on, and I got back out, and I looked at one of the boys and I said, do any of you happen to have a knife? One of the boys did, and I have to apologize. I can't remember which boy it was, but anyway, he had a knife. We cut one leg off the pantyhose. Chris went around to the front. He tied it on where the fan belt went and tied it as tight as it could go, and we all got back in the car. And I'm like, okay, guys, everybody hold your breath. Let's give this a shot. Turned on the car, and sure enough, it ran. Chris looks at me and he goes, now that's what I call sheer energy. I don't know if any of you remember, but back in the day, Hanes Pantyhose, their commercial was sheer energy. And so that was really pretty funny. We made it all the way into Casa Grande on that one leg of pantyhose until we got to a mechanic. And he was in hysterics as he looked at what we did. And he goes, I don't think I would have thought of that, but obviously it worked well for you. And I said, well, we figured it would get us part of the way, and I still had one more leg on the pantyhose. He changed the fan belt. We were able to get in and head and finish our trip down to Tucson. I have never gone anyplace since without a pair of pantyhose in the trunk of my car, just in case, because let's face it, having a fan belt would do me no good because I wouldn't know how to get it on. Pantyhose, I pretty much could get those on. So ladies, if you're out traveling and you do a lot, put a pair of pantyhose in your trunk, put it in the bag with the spare jumper cables or whatever you've got, and know that you can use those if your fan belt breaks, and it'll get you quite a distance, at least far enough so you can be at another gas station. I am so glad that you've joined me today. If any of you remember, if you were in that car with me, email me and let me know, because I can only remember that Chris Mason was with me. I can't remember who else was in the car. I remember Chris because of a sheer energy statement. But I would love to hear from you. It's bonnie.pegs@outlook.com. And I hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and I hope you'll tell your friends. I hope you have a very blessed day.